Is real estate coach Craig Proctor. Thank you for being with me here today. Today, we're going to be talking about a pretty important subject, which is why do real estate agents fail? And the truth is, most real estate agents fail. According to the National Association of Realtors, 80% of realtors fail before their fifth anniversary. So we're going to talk today about why it is that realtors fail. And the opposite of that is why are a very thin minority of the realtors so successful? Why is it that 5% of the realtors do 80% of the sales? So first of all, I want to talk about our mindset when we get into real estate. The big mistake that we made, at least I made, I'm assuming you perhaps made this same mistake, is looking around at what the other agents are doing. So we come into the real estate industry with this idea of how it's supposed to work. Like for me, I took the course, and I'm prepared now to deal with buyers and sellers because I know all the rules, right? I know how to fill out the paperwork, but I had no idea how to get clients. So in real estate school, they teach us what to do once you have a client. The problem is they don't teach you how to get any. So when we get into the business, the natural thing to do is we look around at all the other real estate agents and how they're going about their business. So as far as lead generation goes, we look at other realtors. What are they doing to generate leads? Well, they're cold calling, they're prospecting, they're sitting in open houses, they're doing floor time. Or they're buying leads from Zillow, or they're buying leads from Realtor. They're not even real leads. Let's face it, like they're scraped information, right? So what made me successful is understanding the importance of an automatic lead generation system. And the way I did that was by creating my ARP system. And ARP stands for Automatic Reverse Prospecting System. Okay, an automatic reverse prospecting system is something that you're in control of. It's your lead generation system that you control. So you have to be your own marketing director. If you abdicate the marketing to other people, or like you're buying the leads, you don't really understand how to generate the leads, or you're engaged in old school practices like cold calling, door knocking, sitting in open houses, you're probably destined eventually to get tired of doing that, and you're going to leave the business. That's just the truth of it. If we look at the most successful realtors in the industry, they have an effective automatic lead generation system. And that's what I teach realtors. That's why I was super successful as a real estate agent. Many of you know I was the top agent for RE/MAX in the world within 3 years of having my license. But again, when I started in the first year, I had no idea what I was doing. I was making all these common mistakes that agents make. Then what do you do with the leads, right? So you have to have an automatic reverse prospecting system, right? So just let me explain what that is again. The leads are coming to you. 100% of my buyers and sellers were prospects that were coming to me. I was not making any outbound calls, okay, to cold leads at all. So the way that these funnels work is the funnel attracts the prospect, and on the strength of the marketing, okay, that the prospect's exposed to, it changes the way they think about you. Okay, that's what you want, right? You want buyers and sellers that are somewhat pre-sold on you, right? That they have a pretty good idea of who you are and what makes you different and better than the other real estate agents that you're competing against. So that's what made me successful, is having this automatic reverse prospecting system. And then you have to understand what to do with the leads. So how do we follow up with these leads to make sure that we can convert them into face-to-face appointments? So can you guys still see me, by the way? I'm having problems on my end. Not sure if you guys are seeing this, but hopefully I'm still live. Let me know in the comments if you can still see this, okay? Yeah, converting the leads is a biggie. Without a lead conversion system, you're going to be generating the leads and you're going to have no appointments. So your lead generation costs will eat you alive because you're not converting anything. So I teach a very effective lead conversion system. Okay, in 3 minutes or less, I can teach you what to do and say on the phone. These are prospects that have contacted you. I teach you what to do and say on the phone to qualify the prospects and compel the very best buyers and sellers to want to meet with you. Okay, so once you have the appointment, you can still mess it up if you don't have a strong presentation system. So all these systems are what is required to be successful. So in the beginning, I had a wing it presentation system. It wasn't any system at all. Every time I met with a buyer or every time I met with a seller, I kind of just made it up as I went along. And sometimes, I would get the listing. Quite often, I wouldn't. But I think we all agree there's probably, a best practice, right? There's a best way to do these presentations. So these are all the things that are missing when we get into the business. And some real estate agents never pick this up. They don't really understand that you shouldn't be doing what everyone else is doing if you want to be successful. That you can't let other people's paradigms or industry norms dictate how you're going to look at the business and what you're going to do. And that you have to be responsible for your own lead generation. You can't be door knocking, can't be cold calling, you can't be wasting money buying leads. Okay, you have to have systems in place to generate the leads. Then you have to have conversion systems. We're talking about automation here. Okay, automated text messages and automated emails that will go out, and automated voice broadcast messages. This automation is going to help you automatically sift and sort the prospects so you're only spending time on speaking with the very best ones. When I started in real estate, I would follow up with leads. I would cold call. I would do all the stuff they taught us to do. And I might spend 15 or 20 minutes on the phone with a prospect. And I might know, how many kids they have and the names of their kids and maybe the name of their dog. But I didn't know the most important two things that we want to know about any buyer or seller, which is what is their motivation and what is their timing. So this script that I developed, will allow you with these inbound leads that you're generating, it'll allow you to get on and off the phone in 3 minutes or less, so you can determine their motivation and timing. And then if they are not motivated or their timing's way out in the future, obviously we're not going to meet with them. We're only going to meet with the very best prospects. Excuse me while I get a drink. So that's what made me successful, is I'm only spending time with the very, very best buyers and sellers in the marketplace. And that's how you get rich in real estate, right? You don't get rich in real estate messing around with buyers and sellers that aren't motivated. So that's what happened to me between year 1 and year 2. It's not like I got better overnight as a real estate agent. No. What happened was my clientele got better. That's how I was able to sell 500 homes a year. I made it easy to sell 500 homes a year because I now had the best buyers and sellers to work with. So massive lead generation that's automated and low cost, that's the key. It has to be automated. They have to be inbound leads. It has to be fairly inexpensive. Otherwise, you can't afford to do it. Then we have to have automation for the conversion, right? We have to sift and sort these buyers and sellers so you're only on the phone with the best buyers and sellers. And then when you're on the phone with them, you can't be spending 15 or 20 minutes on the very first phone call. Think about it. Do the math. If you had to spend 15 minutes with every buyer and seller prospect, you'd only be able to speak to 4 in an hour. That's no good, right? If we want to make a lot of money in real estate, we've got to be on and off the phone and sifting and sorting these leads and making appointments with the best prospects. So just because you determine the prospect's motivation and timing, and you determine, okay, this is a really good buyer or seller that I'd like to meet with, that doesn't necessarily mean that the prospect wants to meet with you, right? They're not going to meet with you because you can't make them, right? You have to compel them to want to meet with you. So what that requires is understanding the right offer to make to buyers and sellers. So that's what we want to help you with, is help you with what would that language be? How do you make the right offers to buyers and sellers so they want to meet with you? And then that listing presentation, the buyer presentation, these are all very important systems. You've got to have these systems down so they want to do business with you. Okay, now, if the final thing I want to talk about, okay, other than the systems that you need, is you need to have a mentor. Okay, you want to have a mentor that's been there before, that can explain how all this works, give you advice, and keep you accountable. And so that's where I come into the picture. So if you would like to book a free breakthrough call with me and my team, it's free of charge, no obligation. We'll talk about where you are right now in your business and where it is that you'd really like to go. And it's absolutely free call, no obligation at all. And we'll walk you through what that process would be to help you remove the obstacle, whatever it is that's holding you back, and help you get from where you are right now to where it is that you want to go. So to do that, all you have to do is go to proctorcall.com. That's proctorcall.com. If someone could type that into the comments, and you can book a free breakthrough call with my office. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed our short time here together. I'm not even sure if this worked very well, but it looks like I'm having technical problems. But proctorcall.com, I hope